Attachment is the root of all suffering. I've heard this quote before, but should I put that there? Let this be weird. 1 second, guys. I don't really want to. How do I? I don't want to hold this. I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold this. I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold this. I don't want to hold this. I don't. That looks stupid. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hold this. AE lock? What the fuck does that mean? I'm sorry. This will be an starting over. Attachment is the root of all. What the fuck is the quote? Attachment is the root of all suffering is the quote. I've heard this quote before. I'm trying to figure out a way to not have to hold my phone the whole time. But the more I sit with the quote, the better I understand it. And on the surface, like when I first hear it, I think of like attachments to people and past relationships, be it familial or romantic or platonic, just like, yeah, not letting go of a person or of a connection I've had to them. Like if it changes, like it used to be strong and it's weakened, just not accepting change because I'm attached to the way things were. But something that's I've realized today is I think I can sometimes be attached to pain and suffering, like to the idea of pain and suffering, like because I've experienced it a great deal, that when I hear other people claiming pain and suffering for things that I may think aren't quite painful, like if I feel it might be a disproportionate amount of pain and suffering that they're expressing to have experienced for an event. Does that make sense? Did I word that awkwardly? I think I did. Like if someone says they're feeling pain and suffering for something and it's like a great amount, but I feel like if I were to experience that same trigger event, but it would cause me less pain and suffering, then I can become possessive over the idea of feeling pain and suffering. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at. I've recognized that the idea of other people feeling pain and suffering, like sometimes without noticing, I include that as a part of my identity. And I almost take that as an attack on my identity. Like, no, that's mine. Pain and suffering is mine. Like, that's my thing. So like when people discover bands early and then other people start to like them once they become popular and they're like, no, I like them first. It's like, well, I felt pain and suffering for an event like that first and for longer. So that's my thing. And of course, that's not the ideal way to live, but I didn't realize that I've done that or that I've been doing that. I read this thing on Twitter that I retweeted. It was like 23 sentences that'll help you be successful or something like that. I don't know, change your life, one of those things. But when I first read it, I was just like, let's see this. It's gonna be like a whole bunch of like, take naps 4 times a day. Like, I don't know, like stuff that is just like, okay, whatever. But it was actually pretty good. And just a common theme that I've seen throughout my life is no one's going to rescue you. your life is 100% your responsibility. And I think that's just the truth that people, when I say people, I definitely including myself, I don't want to accept. Like, who doesn't want to be saved? The way I've had to explain, oh, that was grody. It's like drama. Like if someone came into your room and poured juice all over the floor and then left. The juice symbolizes trauma, and your room is your life. You can either live in the mess that someone else created because you think it's unfair to have to clean it up, but you're the only one suffering in that instance because the person who created the mess is gone, living their lives with or without juice in their room. In this analogy, you don't know. But what you do know is the juice is making the floor sticky, you know? So yeah, you can either be mad that there's juice on the floor that you didn't put there, or clean it up even though you weren't the one who poured it on the floor, but you clean it up because you deserve to live in a clean room. You deserve to have a clean room. I sometimes don't post because when I first started my YouTube channel, I was so anal about everything. I was like, if you look at my earlier videos, I put so much thought into that being like my background, and I would like measure out how the pillows had to be, and I would like start and stop talking. I have a video up, I believe, that like shows an unedited version of me trying to make a video, and I was just, oh my God, just my trailer. I have so many takes. I spent 3 days nonstop of me trying to do this memorized thing. And it's just not me. I've never been one to like memorize a script. I don't know. It just is so awkward for me when I try to speak it. I'm more of a babble kind of girl. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts. Scroll. I wanted to share my thoughts on attachment being the root of all suffering. I want to learn more about Buddhism and Quakerism. And the reason is I saw, maybe if you guys know what I'm talking about, there was this quiz / test, and I saw this many years ago, like back when I was in high school, where it asked a whole bunch of questions, and it helped identify what religion your beliefs most closely aligned with. And I took that multiple times. And I remember my top two always being Buddhist and pacifist Quaker. But again, this was me in high school. But I don't think I've changed that much belief-wise since then. And I put a lot of thought when I took those quizzes. But like the ones that I didn't match up with at all was like Catholicism, Muslim. Those are the two that I remember that it was just like, yeah, no, for you. This not for you. I'm growing my eyebrows out again. I think this one is a goner. Look how this one is. But I can't tell if it's always been like this or if like the last time I got them done, they were like, you know what? We've been trying to grow back for you, but you've got rid of us too many times. Too many times. But back to attachment. I shouldn't be attached to my eyebrows. They're just here on my face. Yeah, I'm going to work on meditating more. A problem that I have is people, like when they're meditating, they'll have like a mantra that they go back to. And I've been searching for like a mantra to have throughout my life whenever I feel stressed or not at ease, or just to like bring myself back to the mindset that I want to be in, like reset my default mindset is what I'm trying to say. And I think I found mine. I think attachment is the root of all suffering is something that I'm gonna try to just keep in mind, where if I don't feel balanced, just like gently remind myself, attachment is the root of all suffering. Just like have that mantra instead of just specifically for when I meditate, having the noise, just recenter. Like when in meditation, the mantra is supposed to refocus your thoughts. So you're allowing yourself to meditate and allowing the thoughts to pass. It's just bring myself back into the moment and allowing for life to pass, because I want to become one with the universe. That's my overall goal. Live as though I am one with the universe, because I am one with the universe. Yeah, and my mantra to get me back centered into that mindset will be, attachment is the root of all suffering.